Welcome to Using the Percent Equation. Our focus question today, in what situations are fixed numbers better than percents of an amount? And in what situations are percents better than fixed numbers? So let's look at our first example. Sales tax is a tax added to the price of goods and services. The sales tax rate in South Glens Falls is 3% for clothing and 7% for all other purchases. There is no sales tax added to grocery items, with the exception of candy, soft drinks, and heated or prepared meals. Gratuities, also known as tips, it's customary to leave a tip for service employees, waitstaff in a restaurant, housekeepers in a hotel, etc. These tips are a supplement to their income. Some service employees do not make minimum wage and rely a great deal on their tips. It's customary in a restaurant to tip between 15 and 25% of the pre-tax bill. Important to know, pre-tax bill. So sales tax on an item is a percent of the item's price. So to find the total price, we add the sales tax to the item's price. So step one, we have the part equals the percent times the whole. So our sales tax equals our sales tax rate times the price of the item. And then the total is the sales tax plus the price of the item. So let's look at this example. A soccer team is having dinner at a restaurant to celebrate their winning season. The frazzled waiter gives them an incomplete bill. Help the team fill in the missing amounts. Okay? So, we have a subtotal of $142. We want to find the sales tax. So we have the amount equals the percentage, which we know is 5%, so 5 over 100, times 142. When I do the math on this, I can simplify, and I get $7.10. So the meals tax is $7.10. And when I add that to my subtotal, I get $149.10. Okay? So now let's continue with this problem. Tips are calculated similarly to taxes. Suppose the team brought a total of $175 to pay for dinner. Do they have enough money to tip the waiter 18% of the subtotal? So let's see, we need to find 18% of $142. So we do y equals the percent, 18 over 100, times 142. Okay? And from here, when I do my calculations and do my simplifications, we can do numbers that go into both 100 and 142, and then multiply by 18. I do get $25.56. Okay? So we have to add that to the total. And $149.10 plus $25.56 gives me a grand total of $174.66. Okay? So yes, they do have enough money. The total plus the tip is less than $175. Extend this page here. Okay. So now let's talk about sales commission. Sales commissions are paid to employees or companies that sell merchandise in stores or by calling on customers. The commission is meant to motivate salespersons to sell more. The more you sell, the more you earn in commission. A commission may be paid in addition to a salary or sometimes instead of a salary. A common place that commissions are paid are in real estate marketing. A commission is generally a percentage of the sales price of an item. For example, if a salesperson receives a 10% commission on their sales and sells $1,500 worth of merchandise, they would earn $150 in commissions. Okay, so the way we're going to do this, we're going to find our commission, which is the part. So our commission equals our commission rate times our selling price, and then I take that and I add my selling price minus my commission to get my base price. So let's look at a car example. At a car dealership, a car salesman is trying to sell a car to his client. His commission rate is 6%. How much would the car salesman earn on the car? And how much would the dealership make on the car? So let's calculate the salesman's commission. So his commission is 6%, so I do 6 over 100 times 33,000. Okay, the 100 goes into there 330 times. And when I do my math, I get $1,980. Okay, so that's how much the car dealers or the salesman is going to get. The dealership is going to get 33,000 minus that $1,980. The dealership will get $31,020. So I want you to try the next example here. At a real estate agency, a real estate agent sold a house for $345,000. Her commission rate is 3%. How much did the real estate agent earn on the house? And how much did the seller make on the house? Because the seller pays the commission to the real estate agent. So you work on that and we'll come back. Okay, how do your numbers look? 3% of $345,000. The real estate sales agent earns $10,350. The seller nets $334,650. They get the price of the house minus what they have to pay the real estate agent in commission, and they end up with $334,650. And on to our last example. John has a new job at an electronics store. He has 2 options for how to be paid. He plans to work 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. He also estimates that he can sell about $3,500 worth of electronics per week. Which option would give John more earnings? So let's look at option A. He gets an hourly wage of $16. So he gets an hourly wage of $16, and he's working 7 times 5, he's working 35 hours a week. That nets him $560. With option B, he gets 16% commission of the total sales. So let's do 16% times 3,500, because that's how much he's going to sell each week. And if we look here, we have 16 times 35 again. So he earns $560. Okay, so which option would give John more earnings? In this case, both options generate the same amount. So let's go back to our focus question. Let's do it this way. In what situations are fixed numbers better than percents of an amount? And in what situations are percents better than fixed numbers? While fixed numbers do not change, the percentage of the amount depends on the actual amount. So percents are good when you want to take risks with what the resulting quantity is. Fixed numbers are good if you want a reliable quantity every time. Okay, so there's an advantage to both. With that, if you have any questions, we will go over them tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.